North Texas musicians family
Yeah,
celebrates Mother's Day.
every day.
I didn't actually read that one. I was
Yeah, I was skimming through it now.
yeah.
Now, mainly this episode is for the people that forgot about Mother's Day.
Yeah.
For those of you who forgot that this upcoming May 9 is Mother's Day, this episode's for you.
Yeah. I was actually talking to my sister about what we're doing for Mother's Day today.
Well, what are you doing? What's the plans?
We don't know exactly 100% yet. We're going to try and meet up for dinner in Pittsburgh somewhere. Me, her husband, my girlfriend, and then obviously my mom and dad.
Ooh, that's
So
fancy. Pittsburgh dinner, can't go wrong with that, really.
I think we're
Especially
gonna go to the Meatball Emporium. That's been a real big one for a
the
while. And
Meatball Emporium.
if nobody's been there yet, everything is made out of
Please tell me about
meatballs.
this Emporium. What, is it just like meatballs?
Yeah, everything's meatballs. They make meatballs out of turkey. They make meatballs out of ham. They make meatballs out of ground beef. There's vegan meatballs. I don't understand that, but
Well,
they have it. And there's a tap house attached to it too, so you can
okay,
go get a
good.
nice drink.
So, do they have spaghetti and stuff? So you can
Yeah, and then
compliment the
you get like a
meatballs.
meatball on top of it and everything of your choice.
Excellent. That
Yeah.
sounds quite delicious. Quite.
I've only been there maybe once, and the one time that I went, my sister stole a cup from there. So if anyone was from that establishment that listens to this, I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't have any control over her.
I cannot control her.
I don't condone stealing. But yeah, I was thinking that today, because mostly you and I do video game stuff, we could talk a little more about moms and video games a little bit,
Video
as
game.
well as some other. We can get into animals and stuff too. For those of you who didn't know, if you've been living under a rock, mama kangaroos carry their kids around in their pouch for a significant amount of time, but everybody should know that. I feel like it's common knowledge at this point.
How long? I mean, I completely forgot about that. How long do they carry them?
Uh, let's do a quick little Google search. It's like the most Googled thing.
How long? How long do kangaroo moms carry them in there? Isn't
Oh,
there a
that's
special name for the pouch?
Kangaroo pouch. What's it called? No, it's just a pouch. But I do
Just
know
a pouch.
I do know that the baby kangaroos are called joeys, and I have.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Little Joey running around. Oh, little Joey.
So apparently, the inside of a mother kangaroo's pouch is hairless, and it's lined with sweat glands that release antimicrobacterial liquid to keep the joey safe from germs.
Interesting.
Now, I don't know about you, but my mom did not put me inside of a sack with.
I just
with
think
like
of what it would like to be in
antibacterial
that
germs.
pouch.
I want a Joey POV just to see.
That would be disgusting. It would be all the lens on the camera would be all fogged up.
Oh my god! There's a whole bunch of drop down menus. There's how to remove it, how to remove the Joey from the pouch. Not remove the pouch. Do not remove the pouch from the mom.
That's pretty sick.
That's gross. How to clean the temperature. The pouch temperature of 30 to 32 degrees.
Really?
I'm assuming that's Celsius because.
Okay. So then what? Geez, that's
Yeah.
another one.
That would make sense. And the Joey will stay in there until it is furred enough to leave the pouch.
Is what?
It is furred, like it has, like when
it has enough
enough fur.
Okay.
Yeah.
89.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Nice,
That's
resting body temperature almost.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
even
that's
a body
human
temperature is
body
98.6, but still a little variant of that. I figured
so at least
would've...
if you didn't know anything about kangaroos, now you do.
Yeah.
So I was thinking one of the biggest games of my childhood was Pokemon. I remember being a little kid, getting real excited to get my atomic purple transparent Game Boy Color, sit down and go have my mom in the game basically be like, you know what, it's okay to go out in the wilderness with a giant fire breathing lizard, you know? And I don't know
It's
what she did
okay.
when I wasn't there. but but as far as like being a caring mother is concerned, she will send you stuff throughout the gameplay, and
Well, yeah, she knows that
she'll
you're
hold on to
hungry.
money and
She'll
stuff for you too.
such a
Yeah,
sweetheart. That's a
yeah.
good mom. What's does she? Do you remember her name?
No, it's just mom.
Mom.
It's
Thanks,
just
mom.
mom.
This one's for you.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I got
another
the
one.
top. Okay, what else you got?
Oh, I was gonna say another one because like whenever I googled, obviously to do a little bit and see like who the top moms were in video games. Another one that I thought of that wasn't on any of the lists was a very popular one as of recent because of COVID and everything, and just whenever Animal Crossing released, um, Animal Crossing released, and everyone during COVID was buying Nintendo Switches. They're flying off the shelves. It's like the top grossing console right now, so everyone should know what I'm talking about.
It is
The
pretty
mom in
popular.
that game, um, it's the mom in that game. It doesn't actually ever bring her up at all, but throughout the series, she'd send you bells sometimes, which are money in that
And that's
game.
like money. Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah. And other times she'll send you different things, and she actually like she has like a whole personality of her own. Surprisingly, even though it's all text lines and mail that you get from her, but she'll
Right.
send you like I got a rug from her whenever I was playing it the other day. So
Wow. I can see
yeah,
how that would easily give somebody who's playing that game,
a sense of
especially,
immersion
yeah,
a little bit.
especially if they don't have a mother that they're close to, or
Yeah,
their mother passed away, or whatever the case is. That's really cool that a video game can make someone give that warmth.
yeah. And another thing about like the moms in video games, like you don't there's a lot of dads in video games, but a lot of the games that I really enjoyed focused on only the mom. Like Pokemon, you don't have a dad.
Right.
You know where you just popped out a mom and she was like, "All right,
Daddy's
have fun."
gone, son.
And like I feel like that's a little bit empowering to women in an aspect, like
Yes,
everything
absolutely.
everything like it just shows that everything can be okay if you are a single parent. Not that I would ever, if I had a kid,
And
like
just
just leave my wife in the
stay in touch. Come home for a health potion every now and then.
yeah,
Say hello.
yeah, don't be a stranger. um
Well,
there's not a
to
whole lot of dad roles. The only one that I can think of off the top of my head would be like Kratos from God of War.
well, I'm surprised you didn't pick any top 10 lists or anything for the video game moms.
uh I just
Do,
had it up over here a little bit ago. Top 10 moms in video games, Google.
well, I pulled
um
up the one from GameRant.com.
Oh, the 15 most memorable. Is that the one that you're on?
Yeah, 15 most memorable video game moms.
Yeah. I didn't even think of Anna from Overwatch, and she's at number one.
Healer Anna, Sniper Anna, is one of the founding members of the titular Overwatch group in Overwatch. She is a seasoned combat veteran with remarkable healing abilities, but her lifelong duty as a soldier strained her relationship with her daughter, Farah. Anna's relationship with her daughter soured further when she lost a duel with the Widowmaker and let Farah think that she was dead. Since Anna deceived her own daughter for years, it's understandable that the two have struggled properly to patch things up. Well, I mean, that sort of deceit would, I think that would fuel some some angst.
Yeah.
I don't
And
even play.
then
Do you play Overwatch?
I don't really play
Nah.
Overwatch. When I do, I
Clementine.
suck. I try and play as Diva because I just like to tank, and even then, I don't do very good. Um, After that, I usually do play as Widowmaker because I'm pretty good with like quick shots and stuff like that. Even though,
Is that like Team Fortress sort of deal thing?
yeah, kind of
Like
in like
you're running
the
around and
simplest, most bare terms, yes, kind of.
yeah.
Um, so you got Freya from God of War on there.
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
played Dragon Age, so we're gonna skip over that one. Genova from Final Fantasy, who you face like 40 times, and you have to beat her like a whole bunch of times.
Uh,
She's
Genova,
definitely a most memorable mom, but
mysterious alien life form whose cells are used to warp Final Fantasy VII villain Sephiroth into the ultimate soldier. Genova herself serves as a boss fight on more than one occasion over the course of
yeah,
Final Fantasy VII, but the role that is she played in creating Sephiroth in what makes her one of gaming's most memorable moms. She's not a conventional mom by any stretch of the imagination, but willing or not, she helped create one of the game's most notorious villains. And I could say that's true. That is very true. Joyce, Life is Strange. I don't think I ever got to play that game.
oh my god, it is such a good game. That's
Is it
such a good
is it like
storyline.
a like a story where you like kind of like an interactive story and you pick your choices as you go through?
Yeah, a lot of your choices affect outcomes of stuff, and you can get people killed with your choices that are actually very important to the plot line, and you can save people as well that you know are very important to the plot line. However, there are a couple things in there that are just like unavoidable. It's set in stone, but I mean, the way they released it in episodes, so it makes sense. You know, like the end of
Okay.
episode one, there had to be a certain event that took place. But if they
Kind of to
released the whole game
perpetuate
all at
this.
once, I think that would have been really cool to be able to change a lot of that stuff. However, I understand, you know, just the way that things are and how they released it. They had to do it that way.
Oh, look, mom's on here. Number 8. One of the most consistent elements of the core Pokemon games in the player's character is Mom. In every series Pokemon game to date, players start their Pokemon adventure by saying goodbye to their mom, but their mom will still help them when they come home to visit. The player's character, Mom, will sometimes send players helpful items in the mail, and she will often heal Pokemon back to full health, though the specifics of her role varies from game to game.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I really liked about it. It was like if she was your mom, it's kind of like whenever you bring your friends over, you know, she's everybody's mom.
Right, right.
um, but added to that for number 9 for Kangaskhan, from Pokemon, one of the Pokemon from Pokemon, um,
Go ahead, read that one.
Kangaskhan, aka the parent Pokemon, is largely defined by its role as a mother. Kangaskhan carries its young in its pouch, much like a kangaroo, which I'm glad we talked about
Oh
that,
yeah.
and it will protect its child at all costs. We see numerous examples of Kangaskhan going to great lengths to keep its child safe in the Pokemon anime, video games, and manga, and we also see Kangaskhan's motherly instincts on display in other ways as well. For example, there's an episode of Pokemon the anime, an egg sighting adventure where Kangaskhan protecks a Phanpy egg.
That's funny. I
I
guess.
haven't seen that.
So, were there any other people on this list that you wanted to talk about?
uh
Because I know I want to hit
no.
number 3 and number 1, actually.
Oh, you don't want to talk about number 2?
Uh, yeah. Yeah. All right, let's start. Number
Start
3,
start with number 3. Yeah, yeah.
The Sims moms. I think this is like a blanket statement. Sims moms are as loving as a player character wills them to be. A Sims mom may be the most devoted mother in the world, or she may leave her child to cry indefinitely, getting them removed from the home by child services. What makes Sims mothers especially memorable in video gaming, though, is that in some games they can actually give birth to a non-human babies. Oh yeah, I remember that. Under certain conditions, Sims can be abducted and give birth to full-blown alien children. Thank you, Sid Meier. Thank you.
Yeah. The Sims is a very interesting part of my childhood as well. I just
Yeah, I
remember
think.
playing The Sims 2 and typing in Rosebud to get a whole bunch of money
Oh
because
yeah, Rosebud, Rosebud, Rosebud. Click, click, click,
there's
click, click,
another
click.
one for something else that I forget that I used a lot, but Rosebud was the biggest one. So
Quick sidebar: did you ever have a Game Shark?
yes, I've had
Oh
a Game
man.
Shark. I've had an Action Replay. Um, I've for the Action Replay, which was basically the newer version of the Game Shark, for the 3DS. The
Oh wow.
Yeah, you could use it for a whole bunch of different stuff. They had it for the 3DS, the Game Boy, and a couple other stuff. But I actually helped with like some of the coding for some of the stuff in there.
Yeah, it's
Um,
funny about that. I think about in my um, I, in my current job now. I work with the trailer numbers. You know that, right?
yeah,
Pretty much that's what I'm working with all day. And like I remember specifically like saying to myself, like when I was putting in the 12-digit code key, because with the Game Shark you had to manually enter the 12-digit code
that
for the cheat code that you wanted.
that was the whole reason they updated the Action Replay. Action Replay.
So
They
I
they stored all the codes in
Oh, and
there,
they
and
made
then
it
you
a
would
lot
just go and you'd
easier.
check the
Yeah.
list and everything.
So like I'm key entering all these numbers, and I'm like, man, I would hate to. I think that's why I didn't want to go into video games and be a producer in video games, because like, man, I'd hate to be key entering all this freaking code. And sure, lo and behold, here I am in a job where I'm just key entering numbers and letters all day.
It gets a little repetitive. My roommate and I actually, when we were in high school, we took a Visual Basic class, and for our final, everyone else just made like a little animation thing. Well, him and I got a little carried away. We made a full-on first-person shooter in Visual
Got a little
Basic.
carried away.
We got a little carried away, and our computer science teacher, Mr. Smith, God bless him, dealt with us asking him hundreds and hundreds of questions a day. Like,
Meanwhile, they're still trying to create a homepage.
well, it was funny because he loved it. He loved that we were doing that, which is what you need to be whenever you're a teacher. Like, this is one of the things that like goes into being a mom. Like, if you want to teach your kids stuff, you have to be interested in it as well. Like, whenever I was learning how to play saxophone and all that, like, my mom, obviously she does not have a lick of musical talent in her body. Sorry, Colleen, if you do watch this, you're an angel, and I know that, but I know that you also haven't played anything. uh,
Such a sweetheart.
um, but that's also something that was told to me a whole bunch of times. They were like, "We don't know where you got this talent. You just showed up with the saxophone and
Start playing it.
you started doing some George Michael shit." Um, but even though they didn't know how, they still showed interest, and that helps. That's one of the best things that a mother can do, is show interest in something that their kid is doing, because it'll, as a kid, you look up to your parents. You want to be like your mom, you want to be like your dad, you want to, or maybe
Right.
maybe you don't because of how they treated you, but that's, we're all positive vibes here today. Um
Yeah.
so, just show interest in what your kids are doing, and that's a big thing that moms are really good at doing, I believe. Helping the kid grow in that aspect, because growing isn't just physically or like any of that. You have to grow emotionally and talently too. I don't think talently is a
Talently.
word,
All
but
right. Next,
you
number
know,
2, Sonya
yeah.
Blade. I honestly I haven't read this paragraph, but I don't even know how it's Sonya Blade is considered is in the mother top 10 mother. Do you?
Yeah, Cassie Cage.
Sonya Blade was the sole female playable character in the original Mortal Kombat, and she has persisted as one of the franchise's most popular characters ever since. In Mortal Kombat 10, Sonya Blade was given more depth by becoming a mother, having a baby with Johnny Cage, who would grow up to be Cassie Cage. In Mortal Kombat 11 story mode, we see just how much Sonya cares for her daughter as she sacrifices herself to save Cassie's life early in the game. I
Yep,
didn't know
that did
that.
happen. That was
I
like
didn't
the
follow.
third mission or something like that. It was pretty My
It was like
chest both.
the third mission.
Yeah. I don't remember how many exactly, but it was really early in the game.
I think that's a stretch. I don't see it. I don't. I'm sorry, Sonya, but
It was
finally,
for her daughter. What do you mean?
yeah, it's Mother's Day, not Daughter's Day.
That's true.
She has
Well, she
one
sacrificed
daughter,
herself for her daughter.
and let me guess, you could fight as Cassie Cage too, right?
I
Cassie's
don't
probably a
remember.
playable character.
I don't remember if she's playable in that one.
All right, well,
I
I was
haven't
gonna
played it
say
for a
child
while.
labor laws. Like, she can't work at McDonald's, but you could fight in a Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, right. Go rip this dude's spine out, but don't
Yeah,
flip burgers.
that's right.
Shame on you.
There's rules.
All right.
But number one, absolutely couldn't have picked a better one. The boss from Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
The boss may not be the best mother in the world, but she's definitely one of the deadliest. This biological mother of Revolver Ocelot, the boss, also played a key role in mentoring Naked Snake, one of the most recognizable video game characters of all time. Without the boss, her sacrifice in Metal Gear Solid 3, the events of the rest of Metal Gear Solid franchise may not have taken place, making the boss one of the most important characters in the game. In the franchise.
Snaky.
Nakey Snake.
Snaky.
Mm-hmm.
That was
All
a good
right.
game franchise.
Absolutely. Did you play it? Did you play any of
5?
Yeah,
No.
that's Phantom Pain, right?
I don't know. I have it. I haven't played through it yet. I had like this like wild kick for a long time where all I did was play like multiplayer games and but yeah, multiplayer games and competitive games. But that's okay. One of the other mothers.
I was gonna say, did you have more video games, moms? I'm gonna transfer full shift into animal moms here. I got a top 5 list.
Okay, I have one that isn't a video game character. It's actually from one of my absolute all-time favorite movies, Princess Mononoke, and it's basically like this girl who's cast out into the woods, and she's like taken in by the wolves to become one with nature and all that, because gotta love trees and animals. But that is a picture of Princess Mononoke and the wolf, and I think that movie is great, not just in terms of like why, for what I'm talking about right now, but it definitely teaches you a point of moral relativism. Like they're saying why they're burning down the forest and everything, but then they go and they find out why this lady's burning down the forest, and she's burning it down because she ends up taking all these lepers in and giving them a home and a job and something to do, because back in like the olden times, if you had leprosy, you were pretty much just
done for. Yeah,
cast out, thrown away,
banished
completely. Yeah, you were basically told to leave. But and then like they're trying to kill this lady that's giving the home to everybody, but the dude who has a curse from the very beginning of the movie, like I don't want to spoil everything, but it really teaches you, like, you need to know everybody's story before you decide who's the bad guy or who's in the wrong, because what the lady was doing was detrimental to these lepers, to give them. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I was just giving everybody a little. Those watching on YouTube.
Yeah, I know it's a very, very, very good movie with a very powerful message, and I think that everyone should watch it. Like I know that I watch a lot of anime, but I think that this movie is the reason that I watched a lot of anime. I remember going to my grandparents' house and staying the night, and they had a TV in the guest bedroom, and I would always end up watching it, and yeah, the whole thing is.
It looks like, I'm guessing there's a whole
There's a lot of blood.
Whole story. Oh yeah, there's a lot of blood. Yeah, blood
There's
on the face.
There's a lot of
But
blood.
like you said, a lot of depth.
Yeah,
to a story more than just.
It's a very multi-layered movie
typical,
altogether.
Now, Are you saying that is she the mother here, or
No,
is it this woman down here?
the wolf. The wolf plays a very large part in protecting. She's, the wolf
Okay, here.
mother protects the whole forest. Basically, is what the
Right.
like point of
Okay.
it is.
I guess it's
And
kind of like a Mother Nature sort of thing.
yeah, yeah. But still, it's a very, very good. The whole plot line. It's insane. It's awesome. So, highly recommend it. But that's my little blurb about anime and moms in there. There's a lot of good moms in anime though. We could sit here and just go on for hours and hours and hours about that, and I probably wouldn't shut up, and everyone would be like, "Can somebody please put a pillow over this dude?" Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. I got here the five remarkable animal moms, brought to you by the WWF. That's the World Wildlife Foundation. For those of you who don't know, number 5 is the emperor penguin. After laying an egg, the mother emperor penguin leaves it with a male who protects the fragile egg shell from the elements. The mother then travels up to 50 miles to reach the ocean and fish. She later returns to the hatching site to regurgitate the food to the newly hatched chicks. Thanks, Mom. Using
Thanks,
the
Mom, for
warmth,
throwing up in my mouth.
using the warmth of her own brood pouch, the mother keeps the chick warm and safe. Thanks, Mom.
They look super fat when they sit on eggs. It's real cute. I don't know if you've
They
ever
look
seen
super.
pictures of it.
You ever see happy? You ever see
fat.
Happy Feet?
Um,
That's your homework.
no,
That's your
I
homework
have
now.
not.
Go
I
do
do. I
yourself a
do need to
favor.
see it. I do need to see it. I must say. That's
Number
something that
4, the
should be on
cheetah.
my to-do list.
Cheetah mothers raise their young in isolation, and they move in their litter, usually 2 to 6 cubs, every 4 days to prevent a buildup of smell that predators can track. After 18 months of training as hunters, the cheetah cubs finally leave their mothers. 18 months, 2 years. What is that? Not 2 years. Oh my God.
18 months
18
is
months.
a
That's
year
like
and
a
a
year and a
half.
half.
It
I'm
is a year and
terrible
a
at
half.
numbers. Numbers are hard. Thank you. The cubs then form a sibling group that they'll stay together with another 6 months.
Can you imagine just being like, you leave the nest and you go sit out in the wilderness with like, you know, your 5 brothers and sisters, and you're just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go.
No, I just think of
We're
like
gonna go fuck
a
up some
chain gang,
gazelles today.
a chain gang of 2-year-olds just running around in like leather jackets, and they have pipes and chains, roughing
The
you up for
greasers.
roughing you up for ice cream cones and popsicles. Yeah, you gonna eat that yogurt, buddy? I don't think you need it.
Me? Oh,
Number 3, the African elephant. When it comes to African elephants, a new mom is not alone in guiding her young. The elephants live in a matriarchal society, so other females in the social group helped a calf to its feet after birth and show the baby how to nurse.
hold on, pause.
Go.
I did not know that they had a matriarchal society. That's
Yes,
very interesting.
elephants
I
are
think
very
it's
intelligent animals.
yeah. I know. I was watching somebody. You see a lot of like stuff on Instagram from like TikTok and stuff like that. But I hate TikTok, so. But I've seen a TikTok or something about they gave an elephant a paintbrush and they watched it paint. That was pretty awesome. Like watching it paint what it sees,
Right.
and
I
that was
I
really
hate
cool.
to question the validity of that video because I did see some videos that were questionable, but
Yeah,
no doubt they're definitely trainable to the point where they
they
can
can paint
do
or yeah,
but still the fact that they could do
communicate
those things
visually.
gives way that there is much more to than meets the eye with the elephant brain. But the older elephants adjust the pace of the herd so the calf can keep stride, which is good because they like to pick off the weak ones.
Yeah,
The predators. By watching the adults, the calf learns which plants to eat and how to access them. The females regularly make affectionate contact with the calf. Well, that's good. That's just showing them how to live.
yeah.
Number 2, the polar bear. A tentative polar bear mothers usually give birth to 2 cubs that stick to her for about 2 years to learn the necessary survival skills in the cold climate. The mothers den by digging deep into snowdrifts, creating a space protected from the elements. They usually give birth between November and January and keep the cubs warm and healthy using their body heat and milk. The cubs leave the den in March and April to get used to the outside temperatures before learning to hunt. Oh, look at those little cute little snow bears.
They are cute little snow bears. I didn't know they produced milk.
Yeah.
I
It's
didn't know that was a thing.
it's like
Can you milk a bear?
you can milk anything with teats, Fokker.
Well, I wouldn't recommend trying to
Yeah,
milk
don't
a
try
bear.
that. They're really pissed off. Their homes are melting away, and they're coming in. They're coming into the our landscapes. Don't approach a polar bear. They are not nice.
Mm-mm.
They mad. Number 1, the orangutan. The bond between an orangutan mother and her young is one of the strongest in nature. During the first 2 years of its life, the young rely entirely on their mothers for both food and transportation. The moms stay with their young for 6 to 7 years, teaching them where to find food, when and how to eat, and a technique for building and a sleeping nest. Female orangutans are known to visit their mothers until they reach age 15 or 16. Wow.
It's very much like humans.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
After
That's
16, it's just like, done with
yeah.
you.
It's
Done.
like, you got a car. Get out. Leave. But yeah, those animals are cool. There's actually a Reddit that I follow called Nature is Lit. That's r/nature is lit, and there's a lot of really cool stuff that you see on there. Not just like, there's the normal, you see waterfalls and stuff and like other stuff, but they also show like animals doing some crazy stuff as well. I can't think of any like really good examples of such off the top of my head, but yeah. So we covered 5 remarkable animal moms, a numerous amount of video game moms. We covered a mom in anime today, and
here, you know what? Can you can hit that link, right?
kick-ass mom facts. Oh yeah. Oh no. It brought it up in Google Chrome, and we don't like Google Chrome. I have to use it for this though, which. Okay, there we go.
Okay, well then we could just alternate on these readings if you'd like.
Yeah. Are you gonna start from the bottom again, or?
Well,
It
just
threw me
seems
off
like
a little bit with that. With the animals.
Well, it seemed like, I guess it's not identifying as a top 10 list.
Yeah, I guess.
So I just kind of went.
Technically, you did it the correct way. I guess, but
I'll just start at number 1 because this is just facts. Fact number 1: Leo DiCaprio was named Leonard because his pregnant mother was looking at Leonardo da Vinci painting in the museum in Italy when DiCaprio first kicked. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. When chimpanzees' infants die, the mother will continue to carry and groom the dead baby until she's able to move on. That's sad. That's sad.
What happened to the positive only?
Yeah, gone. It's over.
Yeah,
every sweater that Mr. Rogers wore in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood was hand knit by his mother. Holy shit!
Aw, shout out
sweet.
Mr. Rogers wearing those hand knit mama sweaters.
I wonder if it was actually that way, and he's like, "Fuck, I gotta wear this fucking sweater today." She knows. She knows. I'm not gonna wear it.
Wolf.
In 2014, a pregnant single mom in Washington was investigated for welfare fraud after a DNA test showed that she wasn't the mother of her own children. When she went for a follow-up test, doctors realized she was a chimera. What the fuck? How?
Okay, so if you don't know, what a chimera is.
Isn't that like a mythical, like half human, half? I thought that was a
In Greek
chimera.
mythology, a fire-breathing female monster with a lion's head, a goat's body, and a serpent's tail, or a thing that is hoped or wished for, but in fact is illusionary or impossible to achieve.
That doesn't make any sense. Any
I
sense.
think I think that means that she really wanted kids, but she must have been either infertile or, you know, something was wrong with her where she couldn't have her own kids. So she had to adopt, but that just doesn't the with what we said that doesn't make any sense if you're going to go on welfare but adopt children at the same time, you know? Oh, Princess Mononoke is back.
No, she's gone. She's gone. What am I? Here we go. Mom facts. Nicole, how do you say that? Pagiani?
Niccolo Paganini.
Paganini? Paganini,
Paganini.
yeah. Niccolo, regarded by many people to be the best, greatest violin virtuoso ever, was so good that he was thought to be the son of the devil or to have sold his soul for his talent. Therefore, he was forced to publish his mother's letters to him in order to prove that he had human parents. Wow,
Wow,
that's
imagine.
frustrating. Yeah, you
Imagine.
are too good at that violin. You are inhuman.
Okay, so you want me to read these
Yeah, go
ones?
for it.
All right, number 6. An adopted man in Michigan, that's not a mother, searched for his birth mother for 4 years before finding out that she worked at the same Lowe's store that he worked at. Neither of them knew.
How? Neither of them knew.
Nobody was just like, wow, you two look really oddly similar. Or like, man, you guys smell the same. I don't know. Like, there's got to be something.
That's classic.
Says number 7. In 2010, Tupac's song Dear Mama was inducted into the Library of Congress registry with the LOCR, stating that it's a moving and eloquent homage to both the murdered rapper's own mother and all mothers struggling to maintain a family in the face of addiction, poverty, and societal indifference.
That is a very good song. Have you heard it?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
a good one. I
Yes.
feel like if you if you're interested in music at all, you should know that song. Um, and number 8, is that should that be Captain, not Capped?
Yeah.
They didn't even put a period in there. Captain Robert Campbell. Captain Robert Campbell. Right after I say something. Captain Robert Campbell was a British prisoner of war captured by Germans during World War One. He was freed to see his dying mother, but he kept his promise to Kaiser Wilhelm II and returned from Kent to Germany, where he stayed until the war ended in 1918. That's
Hmm.
why wouldn't you?
He was free to see his dying mother kept his promise. Well,
Yeah,
that's
so he
nice.
was freed to go see her, but he stayed in Germany. Wait.
After that's where his mother was in Germany.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Who's Kaiser Wilhelm II, and why is he important to? There's not enough there. There's not enough information there for me to fully understand what's happening. Um, the mother of Ernest Hemingway, who is, if you didn't know, an author, soldier, hunter, boxer, drinker, and dressed young Ernest and his older sister in matching pink flowery dresses and similar outfits to fulfill her obsessive desire to instead be mother to a pair of twin girls.
Thanks,
I
Mom.
have heard about that. I guess that was like a real thing that people
I
struck
guess that would
controversy over.
explain that would really explain why he was so angry.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and number 10, it wasn't until he was 37 when actor Jack Nicholson found out that his supposed sister, June, was actually his mother.
Jack Nicholson. This
Uh,
sounds like some foul play going on there.
Nobody said, hey, my sister's old enough to be my mom in that scenario.
Yeah, right? They must have been really
Yeah,
close. I mean, like, close in age.
yeah. She must have
Okay.
had him real young.
Number 11. Two species of geckos mated, and they birthed a super athlete female gecko that wouldn't have sex with other geckos. Instead, she spawned new versions of herself who spawned themselves, and now there is a vigorous, speedy mutant race of mother geckos cloning daughter geckos.
That's a
This is
lot.
this is like the
That's
downfall. Like, this is where my for some
that's a
reason
lot.
this humans are going to start doing this and then slowly make the male species go extinct. That's what I'm pretty what's the word? Convinced is going to happen. I don't know quite how to say it. You ever see that episode of Futurama when they go to that one planet
Yeah,
and it's like all Amazonian women?
yeah. Death by
And then,
Snoo Snoo.
yeah, yes, Snoo.
That was a good episode.
That was a very good episode. So
But I think a
that's
lot
our
of those
future.
episodes, the ones that are like that, and even the ones from what is that? Rick and Morty. There's another one like that where they go to an all-women planet. I think that's the all-women planet is basically what you just described in Rick and Morty.
The 19th Amendment of the Constitution granting women the vote was passed by only one vote. Tennessee was the 36th state to ratify the amendment, and it passed the legislature when Harry Byrne, a young legislator, changed his vote to yes after receiving a letter from his mother telling him to do the right thing. Thanks,
Well,
Mom. That's it. That talk about doing the right thing. Or that's a surefire thanks, Mom, for you. She changed history. Do the
for
right
sure.
Do the right thing, Harry. You better do it. Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs sacrificed money to stay in college for 4 years instead of going directly to the NBA because in her last days, his dying mother made him promise to graduate college with a degree. That is so sweet. Such a
Aw.
nice boy, Tim Duncan. While Mother's Day is the busiest for phone calls, Father's Day is the busiest for collect calls. Oh, that's
sad.
horrible.
That's sad.
Hugh Hefner's father, a public accountant, turned him down when he needed money to start Playboy, as he did not think the magazine was a good business investment. However, as he was about to leave, his mother took him aside and gave him a $1,000 check from her savings to help his venture. Thanks, Mom. Really?
Here you go, son. Go get a
Now,
mansion
I'm
with a
pretty
bunch of
sure I've
women.
watched some sort of documentary on that, and his dad was a very strict businessman, and
Yeah.
he really didn't support what he was doing. Figure what he did was pretty much like me saying that I'm going to go off and start a podcast and just live that life.
Yeah.
It's like it says very doubtful.
Like that won't take off. It
Yeah.
goes back to the Rocket League thing where we could have gone to RLCS, but we all doubted it.
Right.
So, 16. Cells from fetuses can migrate into the brains of their mothers, and son's DNA can show up in his mother's brain. It's interesting. 17. A Bosnian man named Amir Vihovic, I think that's right. Viabovic elaborately faked his
Amir,
own
yeah,
death.
Viabovic.
Viabovic. Amir V
Yeah.
elaborately faked his own death, including forging a death certificate and bribing undertakers. He just wanted to see who would come to his funeral. The joke was on him, though. Only his mother showed up.
Oh, boy. Yeah, really. That kind of backfired.
Can you imagine?
Only his mother showed up. Well, I mean,
18.
yeah, go ahead.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was a box office failure because mothers thought the lessons were too cruel for children to understand. And now we have a generation of...
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry, that was misplaced
Positive
aggression.
vibes. Sorry. Positive vibes.
I need to make a shirt that says positive vibes for us. 19. The Decatur Correctional. Is that how you say that? Decatur?
Decatur? Yeah.
Decatur? The Decatur Correctional Center in Decatur, Illinois, allows incarcerated women to keep their babies with them in prison for up to 2 years. The mothers have 0% recidivism. Recidivism? Listen,
yes, that's it.
we're on a
Recidivism.
podcast because we didn't excel in literature.
Recidivism rate.
Yeah. A 0% recidivism rate compared to the statewide average of 51.3.
Do you know what that is?
All right, well, here we go.
Yeah.
Ready?
Let's define recidivism.
Let's gonna do it. The tendency of a convicted criminal to re-offend.
Okay, that's what I kind of heard.
Yeah. So that's awesome. These women had their kids, and then they never did crime again.
Oh, a 0% chance.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome. And then like everybody else, it's just like, they might. Who knows?
Yeah,
51.3.
Yeah.
That's 50-50.
Maybe they do. Maybe they don't.
20. Minnie Schonberg, the mother of the Marx brothers, upon hearing that farmers were exempt from being drafted, bought a farm and forced the brothers to work on it so that they wouldn't be called to fight during World War I.
Very slick. Very slick.
What a suave move.
I bet you as they were holding that field, they'd be like, I'd rather be out in the battlefield. All right, number 21. All expecting mothers in Finland can receive a starter box of baby clothes, bedding, nappies, and toys from the government for free. The bedding
did know that.
The bedding fits the box, so you could use it as a crib. Wow.
I did know that. We actually had a conversation about that one time during a PUBG match.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Great segue. Number 22. Under the Third Reich, Aryan mothers who devoted their lives to having children were awarded the Ehrenkreuz der deutschen Mutter, the Mother's Cross, and you were respected civil servants who were saluted on the streets by Hitler's youth. Wow. Ehrenkreuz der deutschen Mutter. I believe it.
We'll just leave it at Mother's Cross.
Yeah. I took German for 3 years, so I should be able to pronounce that, but...
I took Spanish for 2, but I slept through the whole second year.
See? Octopus mothers will sometimes eat their own arms to survive while protecting their eggs, and they will not leave the nest before the eggs hatch, even to find food.
That's so badass.
And I'll just eat my arm. I mean, it'll grow back. I wonder if that hurts, really. A Jewish...
The octopuses have a beak.
Yeah, I mean, they just stick right up under there and grab a piece. You got 8 of them. Number 24, a Jewish gynecologist vowed that never again would there be a pregnant woman in Auschwitz. After discovering they were used as guinea pigs and thrown into the crematorium, she performed an estimated 3,000 abortions in the hopes that a mother would survive and later be able to bear children. Oh my God.
That's like being a hero through the worst means possible.
Mom is the same in every language. Oh, that's a nice fact. That's a good positive vibe to end on.
That's it. Yeah, that's a really good positive vibe to end on.
Well, I think I have one more mom story. Because all of the other ones were not so much good vibes, I would say.
Yeah, there was a lot of really negative ones in that list. I didn't really like that list at all.
Well, this story comes from a mom that bought her 6-year-old daughter a doll off of Etsy, and it had to be a specific doll, and this doll, I guess it wasn't to the specifications that she ordered. I guess it wasn't an official brand name doll. It was like a similar one, so she had to do like stuff to paint it, and she took it to a bear hospital. Or have you ever heard of one of those? There's like a teddy bear hospital, and they repair teddy bears and old stuff like that.
No.
Well, she takes this doll, Etsy doll, to the bear hospital, and then I guess they get a call and they say, "Hey, there's 2 ounces of cocaine in your mermaid doll off of Etsy." And then she buys a doll for her 6-year-old daughter, and then stumbles upon an
Two
undercover
ounces of cocaine.
Etsy drug smuggling ring.
Hell yeah. Someone's getting fired from that drug smuggling
Somebody's
ring.
in trouble.
Mm-hmm. There's going to be a big bearded dude that goes, "Hey, you'll mess with my cocaine business.
You mug cocaine.
You said the wrong thing, did the wrong thing."
And then there was another mother who sent their son into school with, what is it, 260 grams of cocaine in his book bag.
That's a mom.
Thanks, Mom.
We heard little Timmy wasn't doing so well in
Timmy's doing
physical
fine.
education. So
I want to go to art. Where's art class?
Dude's Naruto running through the hallways.
Okay, well, I think this was another excellent episode. Shout out to all the moms. Happy Mother's Day. Especially
Happy Mother's Day, everybody. If you're a mother and you're watching this, Happy Mother's Day to you specifically. If you know somebody that is a mom, or if you know people who don't have a mom, give them a little bit of extra love, because they either do a lot or they're probably really heartbroken. So, keep them in your thoughts and everything, because,
they need some love.
Can be rough on people like that.
That's right. Send them some bells or a health potion or something.
Yeah, go download Animal Crossing. Send them some bells. Make them feel like they're loved.